Welcome to my channel, ketomealsandrecipes.com. Today I'm going to show you how to create my version of a Tamagoyaki, a Japanese rolled omelette. This omelette recipe is one of Japan's most versatile and easy protein breakfasts, or it can be served as a side dish, and also it can be prepared as part of a bento lunch. Tamagoyaki literally means grilled or fried egg. And the thing that makes this omelette special is you make it by rolling together thin layers of seasoned egg and using a special frying pan. In this video, I will explain how to make a basic Tamagoyaki, which is actually a carnivore version, and also my ketovore version my family likes. As I demonstrate the process of how to make this omelette, I will show you the ingredients I'm using and provide alternative ingredients you could use to customize your omelette. So please keep watching. The macronutrient ratio for the carnivore version of the Tamagoyaki is 1.9 to 1, with 1.7 total and net carbs, because there's no dietary fiber, and 30.1 grams of protein per serving. And the keto version of the Tamagoyaki has a macronutrient ratio of 1.7 to 1, with 5.6 grams of total carbs, 1 gram of dietary fiber, resulting in 4.6 grams of net carbs, and 30.6 grams of protein in each serving. I just want to mention that it doesn't matter whether you make the carnivore rolled omelette or the high protein keto omelette. The technique is the same for both of them. Now let's begin. Start by cracking 4 large room temperature eggs into a small bowl or measuring cup. Add your finely ground salt. Next, you have a choice. You can either add the traditional Japanese ingredient, which is dashi. This is a Japanese soup base made of kombu or kelpweed, and katsubashi, which is dried bonito flakes. By the way, these two ingredients are also the base for miso soup and many other Japanese recipes. However, since I don't have any dashi on hand, I'm going to use my chicken bone broth. And this is excellent for the carnivore version, or if you prefer for the high protein keto version, you can use gluten-free and sugar-free tamari. This is all there is to the carnivore rolled omelette. As I mentioned, the technique is the same regardless whether you're using the carnivore egg mixture or if you're going to add a few more ingredients. Now, I will show you what I like to add for the keto version of this rolled omelette. After peeling the carrot, I cut the carrot into thin diagonal medallions. Having done that, cut each medallion into very thin matchsticks, and then cut these matchsticks into very small pieces. You want to cut the carrot like this so that each piece is very small, and as you cook the omelette, the carrot and other vegetables will cook to an al dente stage in the very short time that you're frying the omelette. By the way, you can add whatever ingredient you have on hand or prefer. All you have to do is to make sure that the ingredients you're adding complement the egg omelette. The next ingredient that I like to add is fresh bay leaves, which I gather up and then roll and rough chop. I love the fresh herb taste this adds. However, you can substitute with your favorite herb, or if you prefer, just leave out the herbs. An alternative to using the herbs, you could use flat leaf parsley or cilantro. Or to create more of a Japanese umami, you could use either shiso leaves or mitsuba parsley. These kinds of ingredients can be found in most Asian grocery stores. Next, I also chop an onion into very small pieces. Or if you prefer a milder taste, you can use green onions or spring onions. Again, it's very important that you get very small pieces of your onion, so cut it in half and then cut thin horizontal slices. Following the curve of the onion, cut thin slices from the cut end to the root. Lastly, start at the top and cut very thin slices from top to bottom. As you can see, this creates very even and very tiny onion pieces. Whichever vegetables or ingredient you use, you want very small and the same size pieces. To make it easier to pour, I transferred this egg mixture into a measuring cup with a spout. I should have done that right from the start. Now I'm going to add the 3 ingredients for my keto high protein omelette. For this version, I'm going to drop in the chopped basil, the carrot pieces, and onion pieces, or alternatively, whatever ingredients you have chosen for your omelette. Then stir very well. For the most traditional and easy way to make this omelette, I'm going to use a Tamagoyaki pan. I bought this very inexpensive pan at our local Korean store. But for your convenience, I have added a link in the description box. Place a Tamagoyaki pan on your stovetop, which is set to medium heat. When the pan is hot, grease the bottom and sides of the pan with a folded paper towel, which you have soaked in either lard or oil. And if you see extra oil on the pan, make sure you wipe it off. It's time to pour in a thin layer of egg mixture into the prepared Tamagoyaki pan. Immediately tilt the pan so that the egg mixture coats the entire bottom of the pan, but doesn't coat the sides. Then cook until the bottom of the egg has set and the top is starting to get solid. Starting at the outer edge, or the opposite from the handle, roll towards the handle, folding the egg layer onto itself to form a log. It's also a very good idea to add a bit more oil to the pan, then slide the rolled omelette to the far end or the handle end of the pan. Pour in a second layer of the egg mixture, just enough to coat the pan, and with your spatula, lift the rolled portion of the omelette and let some of the egg mixture get underneath. When you pour in the egg mixture, if you do notice any bubbles, just pop them. Then again, roll the egg when you notice that the top is starting to look solid. This should take a very short time, especially if you're doing nice thin layers. Here's a really important and useful tip. If you notice that your pan is getting too hot, to control the temperature, it is better to lift the Tamagoyaki pan off the element rather than turn down the stovetop setting. Because if the stovetop heat is too low, the egg mixture will stick to the pan. We're not quite done yet, so repeat and grease the pan and pour some more egg mixture. Repeat this several times until you have used up all of your egg mixture. I usually get about 4 or 5 layers this way. And for the last step, lightly cook the exterior of the omelette. Then carefully roll the final layer, because this will be the outer layer and you want it to look really nice. There's 2 different ways to shape this omelette. You can shape the rolled omelette by pushing against the edges and corner of the Tamagoyaki pan. Alternatively, if you want it to have that perfect Japanese aesthetic, transfer the Tamagoyaki from the pan and place it onto your bamboo sushi mat. Then immediately, while the omelette is still warm, roll in the sushi mat, gently squeeze and shape into a rectangle. I have demonstrated this technique when I was making my gimbap and my sushi. After shaping, leave the omelette wrapped in the sushi mat for about 5 minutes to allow it to cool and for the shape to set. There's many different ways to cut it and to serve it, but the traditional way is to remove it from the pan and slice the omelette into 1/2 inch or 1.25 centimeter sections. Now you're wondering, what do I do if I don't have a Tamagoyaki pan? This omelette can also be made by using a small round frying pan or crepe pan. Just use the same technique of spreading a thin layer, rolling it, and repeat. I also want to mention this Tamagoyaki Japanese rolled omelette can be made as a prep-ahead breakfast. All you have to do is store it in an airtight container in your fridge where it will be nice and fresh for 2 to 3 days. Alternatively, you can also freeze it for a month or so. The best way to defrost would be to place the omelette into the refrigerator overnight and then reheat it in a microwave or frying pan. Now here's what I do when I make this Japanese omelette for breakfast. I like to serve it either with just avocados or avocado and fried mushrooms. And if I'm making this for lunch, I simply add a salad. This combination of the omelette and salad is very filling and a high protein meal that keeps us satiated. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch my video, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Please check out the end cards for more recipe ideas if you like Japanese and Asian food. I do hope you come back next Thursday morning when I will post my next video. Until then, I hope you have a very happy and healthy day. Cheers!